Welcome back everyone, this is J7 bringing you a quick rendezvous guide. I'll be showing you how to not only beat these missions, but on how to 5-star every single one. I'll be uploading each rendezvous mission as a standalone upload in the upcoming weeks, so be on the lookout. I'll also be playing on the PSP version and not the Lion War mod, so there will be some notable differences like it being completely online multiplayer, our broken and stolen items will be returned to us, and we won't get a game over screen if we lose, and importantly, arithmetics is banned, so you will have to approach these battles in a different way. You also won't be able to level up here, but you can gain JP, steal equipment, learn abilities from enemy crystals, as well as unlock some very strong equipment on the treasure wheel. Now these enemies will scale with your highest leveled character, and some of the harder and later ones will have enemies at level 99. So I recommend not only being max level, but to get some of the strongest single player equipment before attacking these missions. So I highly recommend getting things like Chaos Blade, Ribbon, Tyner Rouge, and as well as some strong abilities like Move Plus 3, Mana Shield, and items. I suggest using some of the strongest characters and jobs in the game like Orlando, Balthier, and preferably the ladies like Melidel and Agrias, as being able to equip Ribbon will be extremely useful in some of the hardest fights. A very cheesy tactic to make these a lot easier is to increase your character's stats with the Degenerator Trap. Just de-level down as a bard or chemist and to level up as something with superior stats, so things like ninjas, mimes, and if you're using someone like Orlando, his Sword Saint is a fantastic option. I know some people aren't a fan of doing this, but in some of the hardest rendezvous missions it might be needed. For the tasks, each one will have varying objectives, from KOing all enemies to protecting targets. So keep that in mind as you approach a new challenge. In terms of rating or getting a 5-star score, in nearly all cases, each player must deploy only one character. So bring your best character, discuss some strategies with your partner, and have some abilities to help each other out, for example, one of you having items. You also don't want to have any of your characters KO'd by the time the battle ends, so make sure everyone is up and alive. And lastly, try to KO as many enemies as you can, and preferably every single one you will face. Even though it counts how many turns went by, this does not seem to be a factor when it comes to rating, so you can take your time. Since this is co-op, you'll also be rated as a team, meaning if you fail or are given 1 star, you both will get the same grade or same number of chests at the end, so always aim to do your best. In terms of loot, it highly depends on your character level as well as the difficulty of the mission, so don't expect to get things like Chaos Blade or Sage's Rings in some of the earlier rendezvous missions. Some of the stronger items, on top of you having to be very lucky, are also mission specific unfortunately, and in the upcoming videos I'll point out which ones will give particular equipment items you may want to try for. With that being said though, this is my basic guide for Rendezvous. I usually don't upload 2 videos in a single day, but the other upload is the first Rendezvous mission. I'll be going over strategies and builds on how to tackle that one, so click on the link in the description below or in the comments section to see Chocobo Defense.